As we do continue our coverage as well of the Army report, we have new reaction tonight as they also place blame, as we've seen, on local law enforcement.
8 Investigates' Nora Hogan sat down with a Saginaw County Sheriff Sergeant Aaron Schofield for his reaction.
Schofield has long fallen under scrutiny for failing to remove Robert Card's weapons during an attempted welfare check in the weeks leading up to the Lewiston shooting. He's taking issue with parts of this report, but admits that he wishes he'd done some things differently.
We're not allowed to violate people's Fourth Amendment rights and force an interaction with someone who does not want to interact with us.
The Army took responsibility for failing to follow up with Card on multiple occasions, chiefly after his hospital stay in New York.
That would have been a great opportunity, potentially, to implement the yellow flag law then. I wonder if it could be implemented across state lines.
And after friends and family members reported concerns about his mental health, but they still maintain that local law enforcement should have picked up the ball.
Those folks did the right thing in contacting local law enforcement. They had no other authorities to do anything at that point because he was in a civilian status, and he'd been in a civilian status from the day that he departed Four Winds. So our jurisdiction was quite limited.
Schofield agrees it fell under his jurisdiction. The report suggests that the Saginaw County Sheriff's Office should have gone back to Card's house with more officers using a stronger presence to take his guns.
Not having been in the military, I'm going to surmise here and say that's a military mindset. There are other times we actually ask people to not show up in order to not escalate a situation.
But Schofield continues to claim that the Army downplayed the threat posed by Card.
Nobody mentioned, even hinted that he was restricted from his military weapons. It wasn't a necessity at that point. It was just kind of erring on the side of caution type thing.
During one of the Lewiston Commission meetings, that was confirmed when an Army Reserve member admitted that he didn't tell Schofield that the Army had restricted Card's access to military weapons following his hospital stay. Here's what the Army had to say during a press conference held Monday when asked whether that officer had downplayed the risks.
Don't know. I was not there. I'd have to look at the statement that he made and how law enforcement interpreted that.
Schofield says that the report doesn't change much for him, but he takes issue with some of their timelines and their accounting of things. He would have liked the chance to provide his side of the story, but says that they never reached out for an interview.
All the Army had to do was approach me, and I absolutely would have talked to them.
A representative for the Army confirms that they didn't ask Schofield for an interview, nor any other Saginaw County Sheriff's officers or Maine State Police troopers. They say that they were provided with police reports, which they claim were sufficient. Reporting in Bath, I'm Nora Hogan for 8 Investigates.